What is going on, everybody? I am Tyler, aka Red Berserker, aka Araglass. We are back for episode fucking 2. We are super excited. It has been the longest wait of a lifetime to see what happens next, but before we get into Middle Earth, we're going to start off with the plugs, and we're going to start off with Leon.
Hello, I am Leon Balls on everything, literally everything. Twitch and all socials, except for Facebook. Don't ask me about it. Tarkov Tuesdays on Twitch, and I also post photos on Instagram, where I also go by Photo Balls.
All right, and now we have Trevor, our DM. Take it away.
Hi everybody, my name is Trevor, aka Death, and I am the Dungeon Master for Tilted Roll's Misfits in Middle Earth. I am also the Dungeon Master and creative elder brain behind Dungeon Hunters and all of its projects, Banished Blade Zine, as well as Tales and Phaedron, in our campaign called The Ember Guard, which you can find at youtube.com/Dungeon Hunters. You can also support me on Twitch. I stream at twitch.tv/DeathXCleric. So those are the places you can find me, and right here at Tilted Rolls.
Awesome, and now up we have Kayla.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kayla. I go by Gypsy or Artistic Gypsy on all of my socials. Instagram, it's The Artistic Gypsy. Yeah, find me on all the things. I've been super busy, so I haven't been super social this last week or two. But other than that, I'm there for you. I'm so excited. Hope you are too.
Next up, we have Cheese.
What's going on, everyone? I go by Cheese or Cheeseburger. Again, whatever's more comfortable for you guys. On all the socials, it's Cheeseburger. It's spelled CHZBURGER. Majority of the socials are the same. I think Instagram's the only one that's different. It's the same thing, but just has 2 underscores under that. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Next up, we got Dan.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Dan. On screen, I go by Redbeard or Redbeard Plays. You can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/RedbeardPlays. Everything's spelled normal except for the E in beard. It's a 3, so REDB3ARD, Redbeard Plays. You can find me on Twitter as well at my @ is RedbeardTV. Everything else, though, it's Redbeard Plays.
Hell yeah. Last but not least, I'm Tyler, Red Berserker. You can find me on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and I stream on Twitch. A lot of first-person shooters, a lot of Call of Duty, and Raging. I am also co-host with the Shit Show podcast with Dan as the host, so be sure to check that out. We've been rocking and rolling on that, and yeah, I'm excited to start off episode 2. And if everybody is ready, let's hand it off to the DM and kick some ass in Middle Earth.
Perfect. Let's do it. So I'm going to turn my crisp off so you can hear me very clearly. Check, check. Can you hear that? Perfect. So, last we left the Misfits of Middle Earth, they had adventured from Mirkwood all the way through the Misty Mountains to Breland, where they found themselves at the Prancing Pony meeting with Strider, hearing that they needed to go check out a dunedain encampment southwest of Bree in the Barrow Downs. There, the party had journeyed and found their way to this encampment to find it desolated, completely tarnished. And there they found bodies with wounds that were caused by Morgul blades. They also intercepted a message that was in black speech, which Alderic hesitantly translated. Then 3 figures came out from the mist. Wights. And that's spelled WIGHTS. There's not just 3 white guys in the fog. Just want to make sure we're clear on that. And with that, take it away. What do you do?
What is that over there in the shadows?
Looks like 3 of them.
And they are approaching quickly.
How far away are they?
At this point right now, they're about 50 feet from you three. Or you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry.
I feel very uneasy, and Madi is gonna put her mask up, and she's turning around to run.
Okay. Perfect. So you put your mask up and you begin to run backwards. Are you going your full
Like,
movement?
I'm stepping back, and like then I'm kind of turning to like watch and see what my party's doing. I'm moving back. And
Okay.
yes,
Torek is kind of starting to slowly work his way back as well, feeling very unsteady.
Okay. With that, then, I'm going to switch it up. As you see these figures approach, Torek, repeat what you were doing.
I'm working my way back, kind of like in following Madi, kind of working my way back away from these 3 figures.
Okay. You begin to do so. What do the rest of you do?
I want to be starting to at least pull out my sword and start stepping back with Madi and Torek.
You begin stepping back. Alderic, what do you do?
I do the same as I see them out of the corner of my eye, backing up, kind of just like, Jack, come on.
You see Jack is by Madi's side and is looking over, very scared. Silvar, what are you doing?
I almost start to like backpedal and just kind of like making sure everyone is like at the same pace moving backwards and telling everyone to relax, come, like get together, make sure everyone stays together.
You are pulling back, and you see them begin to come closer, moving 30 feet closer to you. I would like everybody to roll initiative.
This is fucked. 13.
13.
Oh, sorry, 14.
Got 9.
$19.
Okay.
24.
So, put yourselves all into initiative order. That is for you all to keep. I will slot my monsters where they rolled.
So, Cheese, you had 24?
Yeah.
He rolled a
19.
19.
Airglass, what did you roll?
14.
Okay, so it's you. And then Alderic. And then Torek.
Yes.
Alright. I just want to throw it out there. I rolled a nat 20.
Sorry, I have my crisp off and my neighbor just started a hacksaw and I have my window open, so I closed it. Do you all have your initiative order set?
Yes.
Yes.
Who's at the top and what do they have? Is it Silvar with the 24?
Yeah.
Perfect, Silvar. We are up to your turn. What would you like to do?
So with my movement, since they moved 30 feet closer to us, so they're about 20 feet from us, right?
About, yes.
I want to take about 20 feet back out of my 30 movement. I'm gonna
move back.
almost like run 20 feet backwards, and just rally the troops and tell everyone, let's go, like follow me, I guess.
Okay, what do you say to them?
Everyone, get back. Let's go. Move together.
Okay. Is that all you want to do with your turn?
And then, I'm gonna end up taking, I guess, be ready to dodge, like an attack or anything. I guess.
So you're taking the dodge action?
Yeah.
Okay,
And then
perfect.
That's the end of my turn.
Perfect. Right after that happens, you see one of these wights move their full movement of 30 feet and then use their wraith kind of jump as they teleport from one place right onto Sylvar. And the first one is going to attack with its Morgul blade using its touch of the grave. That is going to be a natural 19 to hit.
That hits.
Perfect. You are going to take 4 points of necrotic damage, and I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, this is great. 16.
A 16. Perfect. That is the damage that you take. And that is going to end its turn.
So hold on, I just want to clarify. I just took 16 points of damage.
No, you took 4 points of damage.
Okay, I was making
Then
sure.
you made a Constitution saving throw. So you take 4 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
And you begin to feel as this blade slices, you feel your life essence begins to be pulled out from this wound. And as it does, you feel the necklace around your neck given to you by your family, the Elven Light, as it begins to shine and the essence is pushed back into your body, as if there is a life drain effect that could happen should you fail that saving throw. Is that all you would like to do with your turn? And I should be asking myself this because it was my turn. That is the end of its turn. Who's next?
It's Marty.
Perfect.
Perfect. Marty is going to take her full movement and go towards her horse. She is going to also pull her short bow and fire at the one that just cut at Sylvar.
Perfect. Give me attack roll.
Oh, wait a minute. I rolled something wrong. Sorry. Okay, so that would be 20 to hit.
That hits. Roll your damage.
Sweet. Okay. That is
And
9
technically, did you roll it at advantage because it was in combat with one of your allies?
Oh, you're
for
right.
sneak attack.
So technically, no, but I will do it for you anyway.
Okay.
That was still what we get. And so that's 9.
You still get
And-
sneak attack.
That would be 13 damage.
13. Okay. You see that the arrow, as you release it, kind of using the horse's back, stabilizing your bow, firing it, you see this arrow goes right through.
Ooh, damn it, I knew it. Okay, I had to test the theory.
But you see the white is now very much alert as you see a hole that looks like it's done damage begins to slowly close up.
Mm-mm.
And for Alderic, you know that is, who is this? One of two kinds, doomed to die. That is what they say. Middle finger, no thumb energy. And it does not have the desired damage output that you would have liked.
That's okay, but not really.
Fighting ghosts, it's fun.
Hello, yeah. So yeah, I would like to, for my bonus, can I use it just to get on top of my horse?
If you want to saddle up onto your
I'm
horse, I
saddling
will
up.
absolutely you, especially because you have that cunning action
Yeah.
to dash. You can absolutely use that.
Okay. And I'm waiting
Perfect.
on my party.
All right, who's next?
Araglas,
Araglas, my lord, what would you like to do?
run to the horses immediately with Monty.
Okay. You take your full movement to get to the horse. You
Yes.
were there.
And I want to just untangle him and get him ready for everybody that's basically
Perfect.
coming.
Give me a sleight of hand check. Roll your d20 and add your sleight of hand skill modifier.
Well,
I'm also going to put this combat music on shuffle. So that's a 12.
yes.
Perfect. 12 is what you needed. You begin to unravel the horses from the tree that you had tied them to, and you see that they begin separating but heading towards the road in the northeast. So they are beginning to move as your party is moving to grab onto their horses. With that, I will say everybody can mount their horse if they get to the horses. However, Araglas, you do not have a horse. You gave it to the dunedain to go back to Bree.
Yes.
So, with that being said, perfect. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay, who's next?
Aldrich.
So as I see Madi and Araglas at their horses, well, I'm sorry, Madi at her horse, Araglas undoing the horses, I'm going to take my entire 30 feet of movement and go toward mine and mount it.
You do so.
And right before I make that dash toward my horse, I'm also like, come on, Jack, let's go.
And he begins scampering in the direction of the road. Is that all you would like to do with your turn?
A question. Am I
An
allowed to...
answer.
Can I attack when I'm on my horse?
You absolutely can.
Okay.
What is
I
it
would
you're
like-
trying to accomplish?
I'm going to, when I'm sitting on my horse, I'm going to take out my bow and knock an arrow back and attack the same white that attacked Silvar, but trying to
Okay.
aim for its facial area.
Face? Perfect. Give me an attack roll at disadvantage since you are on a moving object.
That's a 9.
A 9 does not hit as you as the arrow slams into a tree. Just missed. Not just missed. You missed by a lot. You did miss by a lot. So that will be the end of your turn. The whites are now going to use their wraith jump and move forward to you, and they're going to attempt to attack you. That's going to be a 19 to hit on Aldrich.
Yes, it hits.
Perfect. You are going to take 7 points of necrotic damage. As this Morgul blade pierces into your side, I need a Constitution saving throw.
That is a 3.
A 3.
It is.
How much damage did I tell you you took?
You said I took 7.
7 points of damage. I need you to mark that off of your max HP. You lose those permanently.
Noted.
Welcome. Welcome to Middle Earth. So as you take those points of damage, you feel this Morgul blade pierces deep into your stomach. As the wraith pulls the sword out, you look down and begin to see black like veins spreading across your stomach. You are also poisoned. All attacks you will make and skill checks will be at disadvantage. Thank you for playing. That is going to be the end of the White's turn. The next White is going to go, and it is moving up and teleporting itself with its wraith jump to Silvar. It's going to be a 17 to hit.
That hits.
Perfect. That is going to be 6 points of necrotic damage. I need a Constitution saving throw.
Man, dude, we said 10 episodes, not 2.
You gotta learn today. A
Oh,
13.
man.
Perfect. Unfortunately, that does not save. So,
That's nice.
or wait, you said 13?
Yeah.
That just saves.
Oh my.
That is exactly what you needed.
Dear
You feel this wraith reaches up and shoots the Morgul blade across, and as it does, it just cuts into your cheek, leaving this blackened scar as you see it. And is beginning to move closer, readying itself for another attack. That's the end of all of the White's turn. Who is next? Toric Steelfist, my lord. What would you like to do?
So, with all this happening, I would like to use my full movement to get back to my pony to mount it, to be ready to run. A dwarf knows when to run.
You do so. You get up onto this pony and begin to go. Is that the end of your turn?
End of my turn.
Okay. You all, at this moment, except for Silvar, have ran and gotten onto your horses. I believe we're back up to the top of initiative, am I not mistaken? So, Silvar, what would you like to do as this wraith is all up in your business?
So, correct me if I'm wrong. Is there 2 of them near me now at this point?
Yes. The other one is now coming closer.
And how far are they from me, both of them? At this
They're
point?
within 10 feet. One is within 5 feet. He just attacked you.
Okay, and are they in the same direction? Like, if I were to run towards the horses, are they in between me and
One
the
is
horses?
behind you, in
Okay.
between you and the horses. The other one is right in front of you.
What?
You're caught in a pickle, aren't you? What would you like to do? The time is ticking.
Okay. With
Wait!
what?
You took the dodge action.
Yes, I did.
I rolled at disadvantage. That's a natural one. I need you to give me an attack of opportunity.
Oh my god! Thank God. Okay. I'm assuming I could just use any one of my, like my sword or anything, like my short sword, for an attack of opportunity.
What did you have out and equipped?
I didn't have anything at that point.
Then you would have to have it equipped. So right now it would probably be a
My
melee
hand.
attack.
Okay, that's cool. So,
Actually, I'll say this, because I fucked up. You can make an attack with your sword.
okay.
You can pull it out, elven style, and slice as you unsheath it.
Okay. So,
Like a samurai in Sekiro, where it's like, yup.
okay, so that's a 21.
That hits. Roll your damage, please.
8.
Okay, 8 damage. You see it slices through and goes straight through as it keeps moving forward, but you see it is taking time for this spectral body to reattach itself. It does do some damage, but not as much. That's not true. Because you are what? What is
I'm a-
Silvar?
I'm a warden.
You're an elf.
Yes.
which means all of your weapons are elvish.
Okay.
As you slice through, you hear "yeah!" as you slice through its center area as it reels back, finding some loophole with your elvish weapons. You see that you are able to stand on 2 feet.
Okay.
Your mic, Trevor. Still can't hear you.
Check. Can anybody hear me?
No.
Yes.
Sorry, my wavelength crashed. So
No
I had to restart it. That's my bad. Tech issues are bound to happen, as we are privy to understand. So
Okay.
that being the end of its turn, it is now back up to your turn, as you have just hit it, correct?
Okay. So now that I hit that one, did I hit the one in front of me between the horses?
You hit the one in front of you. The one behind you is the one before the horses.
Okay. So with that being said, what I want to do is I'm gonna take the rest of my movement action and, I mean, try to like avoid it, like go around it towards the horses.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean that's I'm gonna end up doing that because that's the only thing I can do right now is just run around it while I still have my short sword out. And then
So what action are you taking with your primary action?
I'm gonna end up doing. I'm gonna do, just to make sure, I'm gonna give my Warden's Gift to Aldrich because he got hit.
Okay.
So that'll add a D6 to whatever one of his abilities, and I'm gonna swap between my short sword and my bow, I guess, and just while I'm running, try to hit the one in between me and the horses, like going around them.
Okay, so you're going to try and attempt to hit one.
Yeah.
Before you do, you will take 2 attacks of opportunity, as you did not use your primary action to disengage.
Okay.
So, both of them will get an attack on you.
That's
That is a
nice.
19.
Okay. Of course.
That's 6, 7, 8 points of necrotic damage, and I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, okay. The next one is going to hit. That's going to be a 16 to hit.
My armor class is a 16, so does that hit or no?
Is it a 16 with the shield or without the shield?
No, just a 16 without the shield.
16? Well,
Yeah.
I rolled a 16, so I meet your armor class. That hits.
Oh, okay, of course.
That's 7 points of necrotic damage, and I need another Constitution saving throw.
That is a 10.
Okay, 5, 6, 7 points off of your max HP. You can no longer heal back up those points. They are gone
He's
permanently.
7, right?
7.
Okay, hold on.
But in taking those 2 blows, you now get that one attack that you wanted to do as your main action.
Okay. S- 8, I'm sorry. That probably doesn't
8.
hit, right?
8 does not hit. Okay. Perfect. So, that being said, who would like to go next?
Was that his full movement?
That was his full movement.
Okay. How far is Silvar away from the wraiths now?
He's now on his horse. One of the wraiths is right at the bottom of the horse.
Go ahead if you need to say something.
You took off all my things, so wouldn't I be unconscious right now?
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, the first hit, like I'm down.
So are you at 0?
I'm under 0.
That's something you have to tell me.
That's what I just remembered right now. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Silvar is down on the ground and the wraiths are on top of him, both of them.
Okay, so Madi is going to take. I have a flask of oil. I am going to smash it down on the ground with the cap removed. Smash it on the ground towards the feet of these wraiths, and I'm also going to take my what's it called?
Cunning action?
Nope. I have a flask of oil and my lantern, and I'm going to light this oil at their feet.
Okay.
And yeah, with my movement. There's one there.
There are two on top of Silvar right now. The third is now approaching.
Okay. Son of a bitch.
And I want you to understand very clearly that they are all on top of Silvar. So you are throwing this flask, you said, at their feet.
Okay, just the flask only then.
So
this
you
oil,
just throw the flask?
It's the flask of oil, and with my movement. Damn it. Can I run through them and scoop him, but then cunning action to dodge? I'm on a horse, though. I don't know if that would work.
Give me an animal handling check, DC of 15.
Okay.
If you can do that, I will say you accurately can do this. However, you will take one attack of opportunity.
Fine,
Only
I'll take
one.
it for him. I'm gonna take it.
Perfect. Animal handling check, DC of 15.
I'm gonna make it because I rolled a 16.
Let's go. Okay.
+3, so yeah, 19.
Perfect. You run in with your horse, going through these wraiths, grabbing Silvar as you do, and one will get an attack of opportunity.
I'll take it. Let's
That
go.
is a
shit.
21 to hit.
Fuck, yes, that hits.
That is 3, 4, 5 points of necrotic damage. Give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay. That would be okay. And a Constitution? Right, here we
Constitution saving throw.
go. That would be a 12.
What's that?
12.
12 does not save. 13 is the DC. So 3, 4, 5 points are removed from your HP maximum.
All right.
They cannot be healed. As you feel this Morgul blade pierce into your left lower back. A scream of pain as you see this wraith pulls it out. You scoop him up and you take your action and your bonus action and get away.
Awesome. I'm going.
You go. You are now up with the rest of your party. As you are all fleeing, you see these 3 wraiths walk into the middle of the road with their swords at their chest. And for now, we are out of combat. What would you like to do? Actually, I'm gonna do a little something different. As you begin to feel the rain, you are moving with your comrade on your horse, laying there. And I assume Araglas jumped onto Alderic's horse with him.
I'm on Silvar's horse.
Or on Silvar's horse, because, yeah, Silvar's perfect. Yeah, makes sense. You guys begin to run through the rain. You see that the wraiths do not follow.
Alderic, we need to heal him.
Silvar, I need a death saving throw.
I start to pull my horse to the side, and I'm pulling him off the horse.
And
You roll a d20. You want to get over 10. What did
I
you
got
get?
I got an 11.
An 11, that's one save. I would like you to give me a second. Since getting out of the way in riding would take a bit more than 6 seconds.
18.
18, that's a second save. I would like you to give me a third.
16.
16. You see Silvar begins to breathe, but is still unconscious.
I hop off my horse and quickly run over to Silvar.
I have him cradled.
And as I do that, I bring my backpack around, open it up, and get one of my healing potions and pop the cap and pour it into his mouth. As I do so, I say, Silvar, I really hope this works.
So you are healing him.
Yes.
Roll your heals.
Kind of smacking him around a little bit.
Now, in all fairness of the game, Silvar, do you remember on your last Constitution saving throw before you went down, did you succeed or did you fail and get those hit points removed?
No, I got them removed.
Oh. I'm going to read to you Touch of the Grave. The target must succeed on a DC 13 Constitution saving throw or its hit point maximum is reduced by an amount equal to the damage taken. This reduction lasts for a blank blank blank. The target dies if this effect reduces its maximum hit point maximum to 0. So luckily, based on rules as written, it did not bring your hit point maximum to 0, just your available hit points to 0. You can heal.
Oh.
Now, if you had lost all those HP to losing those max hit points, Silvar would have been dead with no chance of resurrection, and he would have become a wraith. So you heal him. Silvar, do you mark off those points that you healed up?
Yeah.
You awaken.
So, question, just to clarify. So now I'm at 13 HP max, right?
Whatever is minus from your max HP that you couldn't heal, that's the max you can heal up to.
Okay.
Making you significantly weaker.
Okay.
Let the roleplay commence. It's yours.
So I'm holding him. Silvar, you've left us again.
Seems to be quite of a trend.
Welcome
think
back,
so.
you elvish bastard.
Sitting him up.
This one, friend. Again, we find ourselves in this situation.
I
I
turn
made-
to Madi.
Go ahead.
I turn to Madi. Thank you for risking yourself to save our dear friend, who seems to always find trouble in the thick of it.
Speaking of the thick of it, mark off one shadow point, all of you. Or not mark off, but give yourself 1 point of shadow corruption. Madi, sorry, I keep cutting you off. Go ahead.
You're all right. It's what you got to do for friends.
Hey, how are you feeling?
They got me in the back. So I'm not feeling too great, but I can make it if we can get out of here.
Good dwarven bravery, throwing yourself in the line of danger like that. To call you an ally.
Maybe I'm part dwarf too. We'll see.
friend? Are you here?
It seems that you guys are always saving me. Hopefully one day I can return the favor.
I want to bump Aldrich and be like, how can he return the favor if he's always dead?
And then I turn toward Hourglass and say, "You are right." And then I turn to the rest of the group and say out loud, "You all know that I don't have unlimited potions, right?"
You don't?
We've got to work on that. On our way back, we need to be looking.
Yes. I think we should always be looking for not only potions, but things that could just be lying on the ground or hiding in a bush.
At this moment, you all see a cloaked rider comes out from the woods about 200 feet in front of you. Comes out from the woods, the thick woods, onto the road, and begins to come in your direction. You are all feeling the sting of the Morgul blade as you begin to feel weak. You see this rider approach.
I think I'd get back on my horse and start to kind of backtrot a little bit. Keeping my eye on him.
You do so. It is still approaching.
As Madi does that, I'm also putting my backpack back on and mounting my horse.
What are the rest of you doing as this rider is still approaching?
Question. So, I'm assuming at that point, because Madi picked me up, we healed, whatever it was. Hourglass was on my horse. Where am I at right now? Who am I coordinating
You are
with?
standing with your companions all around you,
Okay.
and this rider is approaching.
I'm gonna pull out my shield and my sword.
You do so. They continue to ride closer and closer.
My horse, I take out my shield and my hammer, and I look at Araglass and I say, I think it's time that we consider moving on.
Sylvar, hop on with me.
As I do so.
Aldrich, I would like you to give me a lore check at advantage as this rider approaches.
17.
You see the colors of the cloak and the symbols accompanying. This is somebody from House Imladris in Rivendell, the House of Elrond. As they are getting closer, they reach up and pull the hood as you see the long black elven hair of a woman, elf, that is riding closer to you. As you hear, there is no meaning for violence, friends. I come in a time of peace. I am Arwen of House Imladris.
I want to immediately sheathe my sword, put it away, and do kind of like a head bow to her, knowing who
You
she
see.
is.
She bows.
I do his thing.
I get off of Madi's horse, and I kind of walk a little bit closer to her, and I say, my lady, and I bow down as well.
You see she nods her head. Says, what are you doing out so late? I was harvesting. You should not be out here. It's dangerous, this road.
We have learned that, my lady.
Have you fallen upon hard times?
Much indeed.
Is
We were
there
just
anything I
running
can-
away. We were just running away from 3 white wraiths. We almost lost one of our companions, and now we are here resting and about to move on with the trail. I would suggest staying off the road as well.
I appreciate it. And you see she reaches into a leather bag and hands you a few vials. She says, put this into the wound if you were struck by a Morgul blade. Did this just happen?
Yes.
Then you should not need the ailments cured by my father. These will do. We've caught it quick enough. It will stop poison from spreading and keep you from the wraith world.
And I want to give it immediately one to Madi, and then the rest to Aldrich.
Okay,
Savar was hit as well.
Oh, and Savar.
perfect. You see, she says, may the light of the Valor protect you.
Thank you, my queen, my lady.
You see, she kind of turns her head in a weird way and looks at the rest of you and says, I must be off. Travel safely, friends. If you need me, you can find me at the House of Imladris in Rivendell. And if you see Strider, tell him I wish to speak with him.
You should be in Rivendell with your father.
Really? And I must make haste. And you see, she says, farewell, and darts back into the woods. What would you all like to do?
I'm going to take the vial and drink it to stop the poison that I got attacked with.
Same.
I assume you all do. Your hit point maximum does not go back to normal.
Mm.
Not yet.
Okay, then I don't take mine.
So you don't take it. Okay.
Torque
Well, wait a
has it.
minute. Okay, so let me ask a question then. So I took the same amount of damage as my available hit points, so I'm even now.
What do you mean?
So when I took those points came off of my... I'm confused. Okay, hold on. Okay,
So your max HP, the max you can ever have, is
Yes.
reduced by the amount of damage
Yes.
you took. You failed that.
yes. But I am the same. Wait a minute. So then it would have added I'd be 5 less. Never mind. I'm stupid.
Yes.
I got it. So
And
I do
you
take it.
cannot heal those back.
I do take
You
it.
take it.
Okay.
You do
I'm
not
back now.
regain them back.
I didn't write something down. My bad.
Yes, Tort.
Yes. During that sequence of running away, did Torek take any damage at all? To my knowledge, he did not.
No, I would have told you.
Okay.
Okay. So we good.
What would you like to do?
I would just like to do a check around our perimeter just to see if there's anything that's either useful or anything that stands out that would be of some kind of value to our group to assist us with our journey.
Give me a perception check or investigation check.
Did an investigation check be 13?
13. In the distance, you see across the way, across the creek, into the left side of the forest heading west. As you see in the trees in shadow, a warg scout. Off to the left of the road, down the embankment, you can see the rise of the embankment on the other side of the creek, and up on this hill with a few trees and large, jagged, spired rocks. You see it dip and see all of you, and then move behind the rock.
This is the
He seems to be wearing the same colors of the warg scouts that you had killed earlier. But he is not approaching. Instead, it looks like he is about to leave to alert. Which means they may be close by. Probably from this distance, with the rain and everything that you are seeing, just eyeing him, maybe 400 feet.
Oh, jeez. He's too far away for a clean shot with even my arrow.
I don't think that we should take a shot at that.
What other paths can we take?
We need to get moving, whatever we do.
Can I do a check to see what the best path we should take? Do we know that or no?
Sure, give me a survival check. Also, just for the record, Torque is the only person who saw the warg scout.
Oh.
It is
Oh
not
yeah,
Torque
no,
Party.
I'm not
okay.
even looking at that. I was
Sorry.
like looking at 17.
17, you see the road in front of you, and you see the woods to the right, and the woods to the left, as you would on a road in the middle of the woods into a rolling hill. And you see these rolling hills off to the left on the other side of the creek turn into those grasslands that you see in The Hobbit where they are running and moving through. That is the Barrow Downs. You see that there are large tomb-like structures sculpted in statues on the left-hand side, going for miles to the west. That is what you see.
Kind of kick the reins of my horse a little bit. Let's go, boys. I think we need to move. What do you think we should go?
This way, I seen a warg scout. I don't think that we should go that way. I think that could lead us into trouble.
If you've seen a warg, we definitely need to move.
Yeah, he's about 400 or 500 feet out. It's hard to tell with the rain and the weather, but I think he's definitely seen us or has an idea that there's individuals down here on the road.
Should we move into the woods then? The other side.
I think we should start moving west towards the grasslands, like on the road. It seems like it's a clearer path instead of being in the woods. We may be seen on the road, but I think it's safer than in the woods.
Is that the direction of the warg? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Then we
The
should
bar.
avoid it.
We should stay off the trail.
I think the woods might be our best
I
bet.
think Marty's right. The woods would be the best.
Let's keep a low profile. Only bring what we need.
Still need to move quickly, though.
So, you are moving sneakily into the woods to the east, further away from the orc party that you
Yes.
were hunting. Okay, I would like everybody to give me stealth checks.
$18.
One at a time.
Sorry. Alphabetical order again.
21.
Okay.
I got 16.
Okay. Hourglass.
I got 6.
Okay. You all move into the woods, and you see a dark cottage. Smoke billowing from the chimney, and what looks like candlelight on the inside. Very dim. And you can see some light coming from a fireplace on the right-hand side. It's all wood and slight cobblestone. Looks like it's been here for a while, but somebody is inside. As you are moving through the brush of the forest on a small trail that banked off the road, you see this cottage.
How far is this cottage from us right now?
From you right now, I'd say probably 50 feet. Looks like it could be a secure place to lay low, if that's what you're trying to do.
What do you think, gentlemen?
We could go down and check out the cabin, see if anyone's in there. It looks homey and roomy. We could rest up for the night, and our horses could use a break as well.
Would you like me to sneak up and see what I see?
Sounds like the best scenario. I'll hold your horse.
I get off my horse and I begin to get even lower into the brush. And I have a 18 to sneak to this cottage.
18 to sneak. Perfect.
Have
You
one.
get up.
Go ahead.
You get up to the windowsill. Kind of look around. Give me a perception check.
Oh, 20.
Ooh.
20.
Natural 20.
You see gray, frizzled hair. Kind of just a curly queue of hair. And you see what looks like glasses connected to ears, and they're slightly pointed. And you're looking through the windowsill, and you only see that, the top of a head, as you hear, "I've got to get the stew ready. Well, and then get to some writing, I guess. I would see what I can do about that. I'm so strange. I feel like, well, okay, I better get to cooking." And you see small hands that are cutting what looks like carrots.
Does
You
this
accurately assess that this is a hobbit.
does this little character act very cheerful as he's cooking?
He doesn't seem to be cheerful in any way. He's just kind of
Okay.
in there cutting up these vegetables and putting them into like a stew and tasting it, and you see he goes, ah, 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 ah. Hot. Hot. I'm going to need to put something cool on my mouth. And you just kind of... You now see him as he moves around the like table island sort of thing in the kitchen. He's going and putting some water on a rag and holding it on his tongue.
Oh. Kind of giggled to myself. I just want to do a quick little perimeter check and see if there's how many horses are around? How many people do I think is here besides this little halfling?
With your perception check, it looks like there is no one else.
Okay.
But you see through the other window on the other side in this small cabin, a small pony with a shack that's perfectly built around its size, but maybe 3 times its size, so it has some movement to run around. And it's kind of gated in with like lumber that's kind of been set up for this small pony. And you see that there's like a cow, and there's like a pail there for like milking a cow in a small garden.
Perfect. I'm going to go to the door and I kind of wave my arm towards my party. In a friendly kind of way, just to give a little signal. I'm going to wait till they meet me at the door, and I guess we're going to knock.
Okay.
Follow Marty up.
If I'm waving and having my friendly face where you can see, it's fine.
I move toward Monty, as she waves at us, and kind of looking down at the ground to see if I can find anything that can maybe turn into a potion that to replace the one that I used on Sylvar.
So you're looking for herbs?
Yes.
Perfect. I would like you to give me a foraging DC by rolling your investigation check.
That's an 18.
An 18. Okay. An 18. You find some winter cherry. It's a shrub with small green flowers and an orange-red fruit, which can be toxic. That is what you find in the vicinity. You know that you could probably craft something with this in about 30 minutes, and it'll last for about a month. A creature subjected to this poison must make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw at the beginning of their next turn. On a failed save, the creature is poisoned for 1d6 turns, and if the creature is a beast, it takes 8 or 2d8 points of poison damage. On a successful save, if the creature is a beast, it takes 1d8. So this is a poison that you find, but that is what you forge. Nothing to make a health potion. And I can send you that later if you would like.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Actually, I can send it to you right now.
Come, friends. I think we're in a safe place.
I'm gonna tie up mine and Marty's horse.
I knock.
Hello?
Hello. It's some travelers. You looked friendly.
How would you know?
I'm sorry. I'm a bit sneaky. But you're safe.
I don't like that. Not at all. Not in the slightest. Question.
Yes.
Are you in my house?
No, of course not. We're not rude.
Are you invisible?
No, friend. Me and my companions,
We are not friends. I have not seen you. You are an
Okay.
invisible force of nature. Be you from witchcraft or wizardry?
Neither?
Are you an angel?
I don't think so.
I'm not feeling very good about this first impression. I'll be honest with you. I come here to be secluded from the world while I write my books.
I do love a good book.
This could be a great book. What is your name, and where are you?
I'm Monty Thorne, and I'm at your door, sir.
Monty Thorne?
Yes.
Monty, like Monty?
Marty.
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 Right, sorry.
It's okay.
Cotton swabs in the ears and all.
And
All right, you're at my door.
I have 4 companions with me outside.
4 companions. Are they also invisible?
No, sir.
You see, he grabs one of the frying pans and kind of...
I'll step back if you would like, if you want to open the door.
Yes. Step back. I will open it.
I step back 10 feet. And I have my hands up so he can see that I'm friendly.
You see the door cracks open as you see these small round spectacles on the face, a goatee of white, and you see these white curls. As he kind of... you are real. Okay.
Yes.
You are all very big, very big. Except for you. We're adequate. As he looks at you, Torek, and says, no thank you.
Certainly.
Right? You said that. You mentioned it. No thank you.
Do you have anywhere that we could just maybe stay for the night and lay low?
No thank you.
Is there anything we could do to change your mind?
Where did you come from? I don't know any of you, right? I don't know if any of you are orcs in disguise. They've been roaming around these parts. And I just would rather not. no thank you.
I
If
pick some of them.
anything, we.
I pick some of the mushrooms that are off me, and I kind of hand it. I smell something happening in a stew in your house. Would you like to borrow these for your stew?
Those look like the hallucinogenic type, and I'm not. In my younger years, yes, but now, as I've redundantly said, no thank you.
Oh, I've been eating these every night.
Hobbit,
Ah,
what is your name?
my name is Halfred Cotton Bun.
Halfred, you say?
Yes, Halfred, and then Cotton Bun, just as you think it would be. I'm the writer of novels and different esoteric findings here in the Barrow Downs. It's one of my specialties. I write about the ghosts in the different whites that plague these lands.
Maybe we have a story for you.
Maybe we could tell you a story to add on to your book.
Give me a persuasion check at advantage.
I kind of show my scar a little bit.
No, thank you.
17.
The 17. You see, he goes, you've seen them?
Seen them. Silvar here, he has died from one of them.
Indeed.
Yes, that is very alarming. No, thank you, and closes the door. I will not be letting wraiths into my house. If you die by a wraith,
No,
thus
no
they
we-
become one.
we took a potion. He's not going to turn into a wraith.
Oh, you should have said so. Opens up the door and says, come in.
Oh my gosh.
And that's remembering the distinction between unconscious and dead.
Unconscious. Unconscious.
You see, he goes, I often remember unconscious is not unconscience, right? That's spelling science and then putting a C-O-N in front of it, right? That's how I remember. Anyways, welcome. I have stew. It's not a lot. I'm a hobbit, so I did not cook for a big group, but I have cheese and bread, so... Yep. And you see he walks over and opens a cabinet and begins making like a charcuterie board and just kind of comes back and goes, I'm sorry I threw it together very last minute, and it's the most elaborate charcuterie board you've ever seen. And he sets it down and goes, I'm going to close the door, not to let a draft in or anything. I'd hate for it to blow off this beautiful charcuterie board.
How difficult was it for us to get inside of this hobbit home?
Why are you... I don't feel comfortable when you say something like that to me
No,
after I've let you into my home.
DM. I'm asking the DM.
This is a normal-sized cabin with a hobbit living inside.
Okay, that's all I wanted to make sure.
That's why when you looked at the windowsill, you were seeing everything normal, but just the top of his head.
Okay.
He's like, this was not made for him.
Gotcha. That's all I needed. Thank you.
And you see there's like stepping stools all over the place. And you see there's, to the right by the fireplace, you see its cobblestone fireplace workings, and you see multiple shelves of books all around that area. And in front of the fire, where you would expect like a bear rug, there's just a single bed there, very neatly made with like red kind of blankets on top and like wool and like skins that are kind of covering it. And he says, I call this my warm place. It's where I get warm.
Whose cabin is this really?
Oh, I found it. Much like you, I was running away from whites, and I found this cabin, and it turns out they don't like to cross over. There's some sort of ancient magic in the Barrow Downs that keeps them locked there, but if you die there or disturb tombs for treasure, then there's a chance you could fight whites, which some of them are, fallen and troubled souls that are looking to get to the other side, and yet they don't. Some, though, are created by the riders, which are new around here, and I've never heard of them before, but People have said that they've seen these dark riders, and then the orcs followed soon after. But their numbers were few, and they just went past my cabin and didn't bother me, but they were grotesque. Truly awful. Their snot was just running, and like, who does that? No one should do that. You should wipe your nose. I think everyone should wipe their nose, if it runs.
How many days past was this?
Oh, probably 6. And then I was out scavenging, and I heard some terrible screams from southwest on the road. But the dunedain should take care of all of that.
Fortunately, the dunedain have been ransacked. We just came from one of their camps.
That would explain the screaming. Right, that is horrible news. Give me one moment. And you see he goes over, opens a drawer, and begins to take out all of his clothes and put it into a large bag. You see he goes, it's fine. Everything is fine. They were following you, and then you came here, and the dunedain cannot save me. That's okay. And begins packing his suitcase. He goes, well, I want to leave as far away from this place as possible. Probably shouldn't leave at night. I'm in a bit of a bind. And he begins to weep and just sits on his bed.
I start to console him. Would you like to travel with us in the morning?
Give me a persuasion check.
That would be 16.
A 16. You see, he goes, well, I guess it just depends on, what direction you're going. I think maybe I'll find place with the elves in Rivendell and find sanctuary there, but you are all adventurers. What are you doing out here in the first place?
We were tracking an orc army, and we've hit a couple bumps, especially me. And
Yes, you look rather ragged.
I was knocked unconscious by the wight. It was not fun, but luckily, my companions were able to save me. You see Mari over here? She's a brave little soldier, braver than the rest of us.
Thank you, Savar. I don't know if I'm braver than all of you. I just know I wasn't leaving you behind.
And you see he kind of looks at you all in this tender moment and goes, okay, I'm a bit lost, right? I don't know any of you. I don't know anything that has happened to you previous, except for this very encounter that we are having now. So I'm sure this is very emotional for you both, but I'm scared, right? I'm scared for my life, and you all are just kind of, okay. So you are great adventurers, and you fell unconscious. They hurt you that bad. Okay. I am going to die here. I'm going to die here. This is great news for me.
You shouldn't be so negative.
Right, but see, there's people like you, right, that are made to hunt orc armies and travel across distant foreign lands and attack monsters and creatures and trolls before they turn to stone. And then there's me, who burns his tongue on a stew, right? And that hurt me, like, really bad. Like, my mouth hurts horribly. You were stabbed by a blade from a ghost. Like, let's say what it is, a ghost. Luckily, if you took the potion that you all said you did, a night's rest will be fine, and then you will be back to your normalcy. The problem is, right, is I don't have that much vigor or constitution, so if I am stabbed with that blade, it will cut me in half, right? I will die immediately. There will be no feeling. It will just be the end of my life cycle. right? I will have been snuffed out like a candle in a study after your brain is turned to mush.
Alfred, have you ever tried Old Toby?
I
You
am
seem
hooked.
very tense.
You're right. We should smoke. Come. And you see he walks over and folds the bed up into like almost like a seating couch area. And he goes, I made it myself out of wood and moving pieces. And sits down, and you see he pulls out a wooden pipe, packed to the brim with Old Toby, and pulls out a match and just strikes it off of the wood on the side of the bed and burns it. And you see burns the entire bowl in one hit and goes and begins coughing ridiculously and looks and says, all right, I feel better.
Good.
So-
Now, Marty, add some of those mushrooms into that stew.
Oh, right.
It's gonna tell me I was carrying around hallucinogenic mushrooms that I take or that I eat with my dinner. No wonder I sleep so good.
you hear Twig say, sleep. You don't do that often. I've just realized.
Wait, I haven't been sleeping.
No, sometimes you just stand, like, with your eyes wide open.
Oh, well,
I didn't want to say anything, but it was alarming. I woke up and looked up and you were like this.
oh, I am part elf. Is that part of it? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm a mouse.
Y'all just hear me talking to Twig.
Right. And you see that Halfred looks down at his pipe and he goes, I need to relax upon the old Terry. It's poisoning my mind, clouding my judgment.
Sylvar, do you sleep?
Yes, but you can. The way I'm assuming you sleep as well, like me, with our eyes wide open, relaxing, sleeping. But we are very aware of our surroundings. Did you not know you could do that?
Just didn't realize.
That's how I've been sleeping my whole life.
Well, I grew up with humans. All humans surrounding me. Lots and lots of mean children. So I didn't grow up around elves. I didn't know.
Nobody's ever said anything to you? About you just being a weirdo?
I mean, I just assumed I was a weirdo.
You're not a weirdo, you're an elf.
Oh, okay.
That's just how we sleep.
She's just like, I've learned so much.
I just thought I had really, really bad insomnia.
Life is making sense now.
I mean, if we can be real, if you were to tell an alien who didn't know what sleep is and said, we as a human species have agreed to lay horizontal and turn off our brains and see weird stuff for about 6 to 8 hours, that sounds crazy. And when they go, why? And you go, if I don't, I die. And they're like, that seems really unreasonable. Anyway, you see that this hobbit kind of stands up and says, well, a friend gave me something that maybe he would come in use. And you see he pulls out a short sword. He says, I will defend my honor with this blade.
Looks mighty sharp.
And this pot.
Perfect.
And this vase. And you see he keeps picking up different items and putting it into his hands. And he goes, and maybe I will hit them in the head with a book or another book. Ooh, a coaster. And you see he grabs like a wooden coaster and his hands are just piled with stuff. And he goes, or maybe I'll throw it all at them and run away quickly. I don't know.
Alfred, I think that short sword should do well.
You see he drops everything else and then picks up the sword and goes, right. I'm bringing the pot too.
Yeah, I like the pot. I like the pot too. That sounds like a great way to use as a shield.
Yes,
Perfect.
fucking scary, man.
Okay. I would like Torek to give me a perception check.
Six.
A 6. That'll do. What else would you like to do before you lay down for the night?
I kind of want to like stay watch by the door, so I'm like almost standing, taking my rest. But as an elf, Mari will learn. Everything's aware around you, right? So I'm like standing by the door, kind of guarding it while I'm like relaxing.
Okay. Is anybody else doing anything before you take a long rest?
Yeah, I'm going to walk over to Halford
Okay.
and ask him, Alfred, do you have any potions or herbs that may be useful for healing?
I have a few healing potions. Do you need them?
Yes, may I have some, but also keep some for yourself just in case.
Then I will keep 1 for me and 3 for you. I have 4.
You're very generous, thank you.
Here you go. You see, he says, all right, well, if the poison is what I think it is from my studies, right, into the unknown, then you will probably sleep throughout the rest of tomorrow as well, and wake up similarly to tonight, but 24 hours, give or take. And so it's going to take a lot out of you, but that is what the medicine does. Is it knocks you out a bit so that it can fully do its job.
Thank you for letting me know.
Of course. I'm going to hit the old Toby, and then you can set up your bedrolls on the floor, and I will sleep upon my bed. But quick question, I have my footstool on the other side of the room. Can somebody put me in there?
Yes, absolutely.
You grab this hobbit, pick him up as he lights this bowl of old Toby, just kind of as you put him into the bed, and do you put the covers over him?
Oh, I tuck him in.
He goes, perfect. Well, I'm used to silence when I sleep, but I like the crackling of the fire, so feel free to talk amongst yourselves if you must. It will be a great background for me to fall asleep to.
Don't worry, most of us fall asleep pretty easy. The only thing that you might disturb is Torek's boots.
You see, as you are talking to him, he's already knocked out. You have a moment to yourselves.
Man, that Toby really hit him hard. It must have been a while.
How's everyone feeling?
Taking my boots off by the fire.
Dear
'Cause
God.
Araglass loves my boots so much.
All of us immediately do this.
Yeah.
I need everybody to give me a Constitution saving throw immediately. I'm not
Including
kidding.
Torek. Including Torek.
I'm dead serious. Everybody give me a
dear
Constitution
God.
saving throw. Will the stench of Torek's feet reverse the medicine they have taken from the house of Imladris?
I got a 19.
I got a 15.
Potent, but tolerable.
13.
13. What the fuck, Torek Steelfist?
24.
Oh, no.
A 7. You see Sylvar just throws up. Sylvar just... And you hear Halfred kind of wake up a little bit, and he goes, I am not cleaning that, and goes back to sleep.
And I just kind of pat Sylvar on the back. Got you, huh?
As I look at him with disappointment, I just walk over and try to find like a cloth and just like clean up my throw up.
You do so. Okay, do you all take a long rest?
I'm dumping lavender into the bottom of his boots.
Not that
Dumping
bad.
it in there.
You see with one of your like branches that kind of go into two pieces, like forking, you see Twig puts it on his nose and begins to dump lavender in and goes, I do say, it's quite awful, this smell, and if I didn't have this Twig nose plug, then this would be quite awful. Nope, there it is. I can taste it. Oh God, I can taste it. It's like a bitter cheese that's been left out for a fortnight. It's been licked by all the goats of the realm. This is absolute. Oh! Like it's in my lungs. I can breathe it.
I think it's worse than that blue cheese you found that one time.
Oh, much worse. We at least ate some of that.
It wasn't my favorite.
I'm a mouse. Bad cheese is kind of good. Like, I like it, but this is the work of devils and demons.
From under cheese?
From under the cheese, you know it is stinky. Down where it is sweaty, from under the cheese. So,
Call out for Rizzlebat, asking him if he has anything to cover this stench.
see, Rizzlebat says, in all the names of gods and monsters, there is nothing that could beseech that foul smell. Also, I'm a bag. Like, I don't have anything.
This is happening. I'm just over by the fire, like
Just slumped.
Perfect.
just snoring.
Okay. For those of you still awake, go ahead.
Jack starts whimpering, and I look over. What's wrong, buddy? And I turn toward Maddie and ask her, Can you communicate with Jack and see what's wrong with him?
Of course.
It's Rinky.
I know, Jack.
Your
Maybe-
Rinky feet.
Maybe snuggle up a little bit with Alderic tonight.
Okay.
Okay.
Fuck it, dude. That's what I'm doing for Jack's voice. I don't even care anymore. Rinky feet.
Rinky.
Rorik Realvis is Rinky feet.
Oh.
You see, Jack goes, like, you know how sometimes dogs, when they really want attention, will just bury their heads in your chest? That's what Jack does. Perfect. So, those of you who stay awake, are you going to bed?
Yes, I'm going to go to bed.
Okay, do all of you go to bed in this safe haven?
So, Savar, this is how you sleep?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep watch, basically, because I can sleep but still be aware. So again, that's what I'm doing.
So I can do that too?
Yes.
I'm like sitting there very awkwardly, like,
Okay.
okay.
You both kind of sit there. And you feel, because both of you took this medicine, your eyelids for the first time begin to close. As all of you find sleep take you. But you are awoken by howls. As you see, Halford is looking at the window and he is banging the pots and pans, waking all of you up. And he looks towards you and says, Orcs. And that's where we will take our first break.
God.
Oh my god.
Oh!
Oh. All right.
Wasn't ready.
So we'll put the BRB screen up. We will be right back taking our first bathroom break. And when we come back, we will see what happens when the party, after a long rest, is faced with the orcs.
Let's go.
welcome back. We are back from our break, and the party has taken a long rest. They are awoken in the next day at night, as they have slept through the day with the elvish medicine that they have procured and taken, letting it take its effect. You are all back to max HP. All of your HP returns to normal. You are not missing any of your permanent HP or your maximum. So, with that being said, I rolled initiative for the orcs, and I rolled a nat 20. And I did it in front of all of you. So, by that rules, the orcs get 2 full turns before the party. With that being said, one is going to launch an attack. That's going to hit. And that is going to be... Unfortunate. You see Halfred is kind of looking up as an arrow slams into his shoulder as he topples and falls to the ground, screaming, "Ah!" As you all see arrows begin flying in through the windows. I need everybody to give me a dexterity saving throw as they're launching a volley of arrows.
I got a 2.
Oh,
19 for Tort.
okay.
12.
Hourglass. 12 for Aldrich
18.
and Mahdi. You are muted.
10.
10. Anybody under a 12 takes 2 points of piercing damage as these arrows fly through the room, scratching some of you on the face, ripping in through the shoulder, tearing your leathers, and cutting the first 2 layers of skin wide open as it grieves past you. You guys all see now a torch from the outside is pressed against the cabin as it begins to light. That is what is happening. And
We
then,
need a way out of here.
as this cottage begins to burn, you hear, "Smoke them out. I want to see them suffer. Bring them to me, and I will finish it." As you see, walking towards this cabin is an orc captain in full armor. Head armor with 2 long horns that come down and curl up. Large furs on top with this black slated armor. This large serrated long sword. A short bow on the back, and in the left hand, a spiked gauntlet. Ugresh is here. With that being said, Ugresh is going to move his full movement and is going to try to open the door. How he would. You see a foot as this door slams open, and then he will just move back into the front of the cottage, holding this large serrated blade. That will be the end of his turn. I need dexterity saving throws from everybody, as this cabin is now on fire and is unstable.
11 for Tort.
Okay.
19.
16 for Hourglass.
15.
Okay.
21.
21. A beam begins to fall, slamming down the embers, shooting across Aldrich. As you are about to get hit by it, Mahdi runs and jumps, slamming both of you out of the way. You roll. As it hits, you hear from the outside, "Non-flesh." As another volley of arrows goes through. All of you with that dexterity saving throw, avoiding damage from them as well, as I have to roll for Halfred at advantage. That's a nat 1 on the first one and a 17 on the second. You see, because he is on the ground, he's kind of scrambling over to his short sword. And you see he is grabbing it, and he says, "No time like the present, right?" As you see, it is deeply embedded, and you can see black sort of poison emitting from it and leaking as he's like, And with that, the orcs have taken their 2 turns. It is now to the top of initiative with Silvar.
Okay, Ugrish is inside the cabin with us, right? At this point? Or is he like right outside the door?
Negative. He is outside on the front area of the cabin.
Okay, and is there anywhere for us to escape out besides the front door? No, right?
Give me a perception check.
17.
17. There is that back door going towards those farm animals in the back.
Okay, so I'm yelling to everybody, this way, as I'm like running towards the door. So with my movement, I'm gonna go towards the door, like smash through it, and like run through it. And then I'm gonna take out my longbow. And are there any orcs in the back way, or are they only coming from the front?
You're opening the back door and going out.
Yeah.
You see another armored captain is walking forward with a long serrated blade, no spiked gauntlet, but a short bow over his back.
How
And
far
he
is
smiles. He's about 25 feet, and you see behind him is about 10 orcs.
Okay. As I run out the door, I'm gonna take out my longbow, shoot an arrow at him, at the captain.
Okay. Give me an attack roll.
Nat 20.
Natural 20.
And that's
Okay.
a crit hit, right?
That's a crit hit.
Yes, it is. And
So roll your damage for your bow as a crit.
12, 15.
15. Okay. Perfect. It slams into him as he holds his sword up, as you see a few of them knock back arrows.
Okay.
What
and
else would
then
you like to do?
With my bonus action, I'm gonna switch from my bow to my shield and my sword.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna almost try to run. Nah, I'll just wait for the party, but I'm definitely waiting to like do a dodge action or ready to just ready to like attack, pretty much.
Right, aesthetically.
Yeah. But I have my short sword and my bow out,
And your shield out.
my shield out. I'm sorry.
Got it.
And
That's the end of your turn?
That's the end of my turn. Yeah.
Cool. Who's next?
Alfred, is there anything that we can do to, is there another way out? Is there a secret way?
You see he kind of turns and looks at you. Let me get this out. Turns and looks at you and goes, "I'm a bit preoccupied right now." And you see he's like scrambling.
All right. So, Monty is going to have her. She's going to pull out her short bow, and I am going to look out the doorway. I'm not going out the door yet, and I'm gonna see if I can get a shot. See what I want to see what's back there in the back, because I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know what's in the back. I want to see what's out.
In the front?
No, back.
In the back, give me a perception check.
I want to see where Silvar sees. That would be 22.
A 22, you see it all.
See it all.
You see it all! With a 22, the sky opens and we see a discord full of these gods rolling dice. that are exposing the world to what is really happening. A game of D&D 5th edition Adventures in Middle-earth. Just kidding, you see the ones.
I see what he sees. Okay, so I see this captain that Silvar has went for, and I am also gonna take a shot.
Okay.
That would be 15 to hit.
A 15 to hit, that does not hit. As you shoot it, and as you do, you see this orc, sword in one hand, turns and grabs your arrow in midair and snaps it. Points the jagged blade at you and says, I think I'll take your ears.
You're gonna have to try.
Snack. And begins moving forward. That's the end of your turn.
And then I'm gonna take my bonus action, cutting action to hide.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
That would be 23.
23. You are in the doorway, and then you pan like this behind the wall as this orc goes and has no idea where you are.
Sweet.
Is that the end of your turn?
I guess so.
Okay, who's next? Hourglass.
So without seeing anything, I want to... Marty, what do your elf eyes see?
There's about 10 orcs back there and a big captain. And then there's one out front, I'm assuming, because he's the one that kicked the door in.
How many orcs... Question for the DM. How many orcs were in the front along with Ugrish?
You guys did not look.
We don't know. I would like to peek out the window real quick, like a little glance to see.
You're going
how
to the
many are
front
out there.
window?
Yes.
Okay,
'Cause
give me
we
a
weren't fully
perception
back.
check. Give me a perception check.
11.
11 was not enough. As you go to the window, you're looking out, and at first you see movement in the brush, and then a spike gauntlet smashes through the window, attempting to hit you, and it does not. As you move back, as the spike gauntlet slams through the window, and the blade shortly after goes in, as you take your sword and pink, knock it out of the way, as Ugresh, as he is kind of shown himself to be, is smashed into the window and is trying to attack you. But you evade it properly. Continue with your turn.
After that, I want to pull out my shield and kind of draw back to the back door with everybody, letting them know he is right outside. I don't know who else is out there. Torek, have your hammer and shield ready.
Okay.
And that's going to be
Perfect.
the end of my turn.
Ballpark estimate out front, 6. Including Ugresh. Who's next?
I'm going to move to the back with Madi and Silvar, but keeping my distance. Let's see. How much distance is between the back door and the front?
The back door in the front is probably about 15 feet. It's not a very big cottage.
Okay, so I'm not too far behind Madi and Silvar, maybe about 5 feet. And
Okay.
also knowing what she had said out loud, as I'm moving forward toward them, I'm taking out my short bow and getting an arrow, and I launch it at the smaller orc captain that's in the back.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
20 for attack.
20 hits. Roll your damage.
6.
Okay. Perfect. You see this arrow slams into like his lower abdomen. He snaps it and keeps moving forward. You see there is like that black kind of running blood that is pouring from his wound. He's not even worried. He still looks very strong.
That's the end of my turn.
Okay, who's next?
Is while Araglass was peeking outside, did we get a rough guesstimate of how far away Ugresh is from the front door, as well as
Ugresh just slammed into the front window and was within melee range of Araglass.
Okay, is he still beside that window, or is
Yeah,
he...
it looks like he's swinging his blade into that window. As Araglass has moved away, he is pulled back, but he's still at the front of the cabin, not entering in yet.
So, what I would like to do, it's going to be a little bit of a risk. Torque would like to reach into his storage and take out the immovable rod and just run straight for Ugresh, attempting to slam it down and crush him under the immovable rod.
Okay. Okay. I would like you.
Fuck yeah, Toric. Sorry.
Good vibes
I
in the
would
chat.
like-
Good vibes in the chat.
We are going to roll off your strength modifier plus Ugrish, his strength modifier, to determine the outcome of how this will work. So roll a strength check, just raw strength. So your strength modifier. 22.
13.
Okay. You run up with the rod, and as you run up, you see this very tall figure. You take the rod, and just as you do, he front kicks you. As you fly back in, landing prone, the immovable rod slamming to the ground and rolling over by Halfred. And you see Halfred's like, as he sees all of you by the back door and sees the rod and sees Toric on the ground. Toric, he is coming closer with his jagged blade entering into the house, or into this small cabin. What would you like to do with the rest of your turn?
I'm going to use Action Surge so I can get a second attack attempt on him with my sword and, or my hammer and my shield.
Okay. Okay. I will say with your bonus action, you switch to your sword since you had the immovable
Correct.
rod.
Yes, correct.
You switch to your hammer, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Switch to your hammer. You have your shield in front of you. You are action surging. You get up. And you're running back to take a one-handed strike at Ugrish. Go ahead.
Rolled a 17.
A 17 just hits. Roll that damage.
Oh.
Even plus your bonus?
Oh, thank you. 4.
4. You take your hammer, pink, and slam into part of the armor. You hear a rib crack. Good. You're going to need it. That's the end of your turn.
End of my turn.
I believe we're at the top of initiative order, correct? Which means it's Ugrish's turn. And Ugrish is going to start his multi-attack. And he is going to attack you twice with his long sword. That is going to be 18 to hit.
With my shield, it's 20. It misses.
Okay, you see the first attack. As you take the shield, ping, and knock the sword back, he comes down for a second strike. That is a natural 20. Cool. So I double the dice, because that's what I am doing. That's 23 points of piercing damage as he plunges this blade. As he has knocked your shield away, he brings it back and digs it into Torik's chest. Torik, you all see this blade sink into Torik's chest as this orc lifts him up, grabs him by his long dwarven hair, and rips him off of the blade, holding him by his hair in the air, and chucks him into the fallen timber that is on fire. I need you to mark off one death save failure. As you see, he looks towards you all at the back door. I've missed this. All of it. And is moving towards you. Who's next? That is all of the orcs' turn in the front side. Sorry, my bad. It's now the captain in the back's turn. As he is running up. And jumps up and is going to attack Silvar. With a natural 1, that's an attack of opportunity from Silvar. Go ahead and give me that attack of opportunity. And you are muted.
It was 10.
A 10 does not hit.
Okay.
As he swings at you, you kind of jump back and attack again. Go ahead. What's wrong?
I didn't add my damage to it.
Well, you didn't hit.
Oh,
So
okay, go ahead.
Right.
Yeah.
So as he swings at you, you kind of duck, swing at him, and you see he just kind of smacks it away with one of his hands. In his second attack, he is going to use his movement, and he's going to move again, giving you another attack of opportunity as he goes to attack Auraglass. So give me that attack of opportunity. He is not very smart.
12.
12 does not hit. He's going to attack Auraglass for 15. Does that hit?
My shield with my shield is 15, so it ties. Because I have my shield out, so it's, if I don't have my shield, it's 13. If I have my shield, it's 15. So I have my shield out, it's 15 to hit.
Okay. You are going to take 7 points of slashing damage as he slashes in. And with that being said, I'm now going to roll perfect. Alderic, you are still inside the cabin, correct?
Correct.
You see Halfred is grabbing the immovable rod and is opening a drawer and grabbing a bag and goes, you! And tosses you the bag. You catch it, and inside is black powder. And you see he is just kind of holding this rod. And he goes, his Ugrish kind of turns to him and begins to walk over as Halfred is kind of moving back. That will be the end of the orc's turn and Halfred's turn. Who is next?
Okay, so after the captain attacked Hourglass, is he inside the cabin now? Because if
He is inside the cabin with you all.
okay, so
He is swinging wildly.
okay, I'm just gonna take an attack with my short sword and my shield out at this point.
Give me an attack roll.
21.
A 21 hits. Roll your damage.
10.
10 points of damage. You see, as he is fighting Araglas, he rips back his sword with his hand, and you take your elven blade, and his arm lops off and hits the ground as he, and now only has his melee hand open. You have chopped his arm clean off.
Okay, and then with my bonus action, I'm gonna use my Herald ability. Give everyone a D4 on their next attack roll, on their damage.
Okay.
And then, how far is Ugrish from us right now, from the front of the cabin?
From you, he's probably about 10 feet.
And he's walking towards Halfred, right?
Yes.
Okay, I mean, that's the end of my turn. I can't really do anything else.
Perfect. Who's next?
That is Motti. The orc captain up front, Ugrish. He has what in his hand right now? Is he wielding that sword or is just his gauntlet?
Yes. He has a jaded blade, or a serrated blade, and he has a spiked gauntlet, and he is moving towards Halfred.
On. I want to make sure I'm doing this right, if I can do it. Okay, never mind. They can't be wielding it. Okay, that sucks. Okay, never mind. Okay, I am going to go for Ugrish. I'm still hidden, I assume, in the doorway. I don't know if...
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's go hit him and with a sneak attack, boys. And that would be a... Where am I at? Oh my gosh. 18 to hit.
18 hits.
Okay. That would be... wait a minute, wrong dice. Sorry guys, I'm not with it today. 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage. You're sticking him with what?
I had my short bow out, so I'm gonna hit him again with that. Or I hit him with that.
Okay, you see, it sticks into his back shoulder blade. And now he turns and is beginning to walk towards Motti.
So I'm assuming I can't. I want to pull... Cunning action to hide. So I want to move out of his sight. Whatever, if I have to move back out the front door, or if I can move behind something. I know he's gonna see where I'm going though, I guess.
Correct. Time is ticking.
I know, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna ready an action, or ready to dodge. Cunning action to dodge.
Cunning action dodge.
Yep, cunning action dodge.
Perfect. And that will be the end of your turn. Who is next?
Yep.
Go ahead, Hourglass.
So after I see what happens to Torek, and see that he's going after Motti, I want to run and slide over to Halfred, getting the
Just know if you were to run over to Halford because of how big this area is, with that island in the kitchen, like just the stone table that's in the middle of the room, you would have to move past Ugrish.
Everything's like scattered right now. After
Remember,
I
you
see
can
that
use your
he's-
action to disengage and run past, so you don't take opportunity attacks, but that will be your action.
I do want to do that. I do have a. Can I use also my, what is it? I think my second wind. Would that be using my second wind?
No, second wind replenishes health.
Okay. So can I do my second wind to replenish my health since I'm down a lot? And then
Why are you down a
use-
lot? Have you taken
Because-
damage in this?
Yeah, from Ugrish, I have 10
Right.
health instead of 19.
Okay.
So I want to use my second wind to heal, which is
Okay.
1d 10.
Bad warrior level.
So 3.
So 6 total. So okay.
You heal up 6 points. And that's a free action for the warrior.
Okay. And then I wanted to do what you said, the
Disengage.
Yeah, the disengage from Ugrish, so that I don't get hit again from him.
So you run, and as you do, he senses you coming, swipes the blade. You slide onto your back, onto your knees, sliding forward, reaching up, grab the immovable rod from Halfred as he is just kind of standing there. Is there anything else you would like to do?
I don't have an action that I could do anything.
You used your action to disengage.
So yeah, that's the end of my turn.
Okay, who's next? Aldering. You have this bag of black powder.
As I'm holding this bag of black powder, I'm going to yell at Alfred. Alfred, what is this powder?
It blows up! It's bad!
So knowing that, I'm going to shoot and I'm going to question for the DM. About how much black powder is there?
Enough to make a big boom.
Okay.
Really
I'm going
big.
to I have my short bow out already. I'm going to take an arrow, kind of like my finger, wet the tip of it and dip it into the bag just to get a little bit on the tip. And I'm going to, I was facing Halfred, and I'm going to take this black powder tipped arrow and try put it in my bow and launch an attack at Ugrish.
Okay.
That is a 16 to hit.
16 does not hit. As the arrow goes past, I'm going to roll a luck check to see if it hits anything on fire as the whole cabin is ablaze. Okay. The arrow goes past Ugrish and lands, and you see part of the cabin on the back left end blows out the windows. As Halford just kind of like sits lower and looks at you and he goes, "What are we doing?" Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay. Toric Steelfist.
Just
Give me a death saving throw.
14.
14, that's a success. You have 1 success, 1 failure. Okay, perfect. Now we're back up to the top. And Ugrish is going towards Mahdi. And is going to attack. That's going to be a 24 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Cool. 7.
But I was
7
ready.
points.
I was ready to dodge.
Yes. So it's a disadvantage. Take an attack of opportunity, please.
Okay,
I'm rolling like dog shit.
I love it. Keep doing it.
Do Trev.
That is a 23.
23 absolutely hits.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
Fuck yeah.
Plus, because he fumbled and is not expecting it, you do get sneak attack.
I'll take it. Okay.
Hmm.
Oh, and I didn't use my herald last time.
Correct.
Okay. So. D4. 12.
12 points of damage. And what is this weapon you're attacking with?
My dagger.
You pull this dagger out, and as you do, you slice along the neck as you see it begins to leak this black blood. As he is launching his second attack. Because you still did have dodge. That applies to all attacks. That's a natural 20 and an 11. As the second one swings down, and as you move, the blade slams into part of the wall and is trapped. As he is looking at you. That will be the end of his turn. The other orc captain that is fighting with Araglas and Cheval looks, wrong campaign, Silvar, sorry, looks over at Silvar, and the blood spewing from his arm that you've just cut off. The Dark One has much in store for you, to join your father where he lives. It's only a matter of time, and he's closer than you think. And he looks at Ugrish. As you look over Silvar and see the serrated blade, and you look down and see what it is. Your father's long sword that has been chipped, broken, and dismembered from its original elven artifact. It is slammed, and that's when you realize the long, scraggly black hair. Your father is this orc captain. And you see this orc captain laughs. Twisted and dismembered he was. He fought. Oh, he fought. But look at the work the master can do. And it's awaiting you and everyone you love. The time of elves is sundered. What would you like to do? As that is the end of the orc's turn.
Okay, I'm like discombobulated right now because you just threw that.
Right.
Okay, tell me if I understood this correctly. The orc captain that I just sliced his arm off, that's my dad? Or...
Sure has similarities. It's his blade. It's his body type as he removes it from the wall. But then you realize, hanging from his neck, shattered, is your family's heirloom of elven light. Shattered. What do you do?
Well, that just fucked up everything. Okay. Alright. I kind of tremble and, like, start to feel, like, really uneasy. I mean, I'm gonna have to take another attack on him. I'm gonna try to slice his head off with my short sword.
Give me an attack roll.
11.
11. You swing, and you see he ducks and moves forward to you again. Arm missing, but as he does, he goes out of Araglass's melee range. Araglass, you get an attack of opportunity on this orc captain with one arm.
Four.
4. What did you roll?
A 4.
Did you add your bonus to it?
I was gonna use it for something else, but 4, 5, 6.
No, your to hit bonus. What you use to make attacks.
No, gotcha. Nine.
Still doesn't hit. Swing, and you see he moves again. So far, is that the end of your turn?
No, I have a question for you. With my Warden's Gift, since I can add a D6 to any one of my allies to a saving throw, can I give it to Torek, even though he's unconscious? Yes. Okay, so I basically, between me and Torek, it's almost like a silver like line thread, like a thread of lining between me and him, so he can add it to his saving throw. And then that orc captain is coming towards me. He's about, what, 5 feet from me now at this point?
He's in melee range 5 feet.
Okay, and then Ugrish is still, what, like about 10 feet away from us?
10 feet away from you. Attacking Mahdi.
Okay, I'm gonna disengage to not take an attack, I guess.
Okay.
For my movement, and then that's the end of my turn.
So you used your action to attack.
Mm-hmm.
So you cannot disengage.
Okay.
But you are not moving, correct?
No.
Then there's no need.
Okay. Yeah, that's the end of my turn.
Okay, who's up next? Mahdi?
Question: since he's not currently wielding this stuck blade,
He's ripped it out of the wall.
oh man, dang it! I had a thought, but if he's pulled it out, never mind.
It's not like he stuck it in there and then let go and went, what?
Well,
the fuck?"
no.
And then grabbed it.
But I didn't know if I could contest him. Not going to now if he's got it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
For some flavor, you know. Okay. I am... Is he still in melee range of me, or is he stepped back?
He's in melee range. If he had stepped back, he would have taken an attack of opportunity.
Okay, just wanted to be sure. I was on the same page. Can I'm not disengaging, but I want to, can I dash around, move around him to see if I can get behind him and...
As long as you're staying within that 5 feet,
Yes.
you absolutely can.
I want to move to his back and I want to backstab him with my dagger.
Okay. You see that you kind of drop to a knee and then go up on another knee, kind of swiping past as he pulls this blade out, swinging it. You duck underneath. You are behind him now. Give me an attack.
That's a 21 to hit. No, wait a minute. I lied. No, it's a 21 to hit. Okay. Yes, 21 to hit.
Okay. 21 hits. Roll your damage.
Awesome. Okay, and that's with my dagger. I'm gonna drop shit. Oops. Okay, that is 6. Do I get sneak?
You would not get sneak as he's
Okay.
seeing you.
Okay, that's fine. That is 6 damage.
Okay. Are you stabbing him where, or would you like me?
I'm
to
going for
describe?
like a kid, like trying to get up underneath his armor that's up here on the back of his, like his side.
Yeah, you just sink it in as you hear, "Oh," but no screams, as that's not how it would actually happen. So you stick it into his back as he. "Oh."
And then I want to disengage and go towards Torek. We got to get him out of here.
Okay, you run over to Torek.
Yep,
That's the end of your turn.
that's all I can do. Oh, actually, nice job, Aldrich. Let's get out of here.
Okay. Who's up next? Hourglass.
When I see Madi running straight to Torek, and then I missed, I want to take the removable rod, and I want to stab it. Like, am I behind Ugrish still? Or
I
is he
just
in front of
realized
me
you
now?
moved, so you're not next to Silvar. You're over by Halfred with the immovable rod.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
So then that
So you
didn't
have it.
happen. I never.
No. I mean,
Okay.
you didn't take any damage.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So you're
So-
over by Halfred. In Ugresh, you are at the back. You see Madi behind him. You are on the opposite side of Madi with Halfred, with the immovable rod, and his back is facing towards you. So
So
you
I
are seeing him like this, and Madi just stabbed him in the back.
Yeah. So I want to follow up with Madi, and I want to like put like I still want to have my shield out, and I want to do like a twirl with the removable rod, and as I go to stab him in the back of the leg, so it kind of hits at an angle, so it sticks him, and he doesn't move without literally ripping his limbs apart. Like I want to press the button for it to to extend at the same time, so it just goes through and sticks him.
Okay. I need you to give me the same attack you would for your sword. So add your to hit bonus from your sword.
12, and then I want to add the 1d4 from Selvar.
Just know we've confirmed his armor class is 17. So even if you use that, you wouldn't have enough. So, you miss.
Okay.
As you bring the immovable rod down, you slam it, and you see from the back stab, he kind of moves, and Madi kind of gets shoved as he kind of goes to turn around. Madi kind of hits into you as you slam the immovable rod into the floor, but you didn't press the button, so it just splinters the ground and is still in your hand.
Can I use my would it be the action surge
To do it again,
to go for it again? Yes.
go ahead, give me another attack roll.
So 9 to 14. Wait. Yeah, 14, and then
Then you can use that D4 now.
17. 17.
17 exactly hits. As you slam in, are you pressing this button?
Yes.
You hear the leg snap as this immovable rod crushes Ugrish's leg, bringing him down on one leg as he screams in pain. Ah! You succeeded. That's the end of your turn, correct?
Yes.
Who's up? Alderic.
I'm going to run over to Toric.
Okay.
About how far was that?
From
Since I'm
you,
near-
Torque's about 8 feet. You're on his side of the room. You're on the far side of the room. All this
Right.
action is happening over here.
Okay.
So you can easily make it to him without any opportunity attacks.
Okay. I'm going to run over to Toric and pick him up. Kind of like put him on my back. Give him like a piggyback ride.
Okay.
And I'm going to Ugrish is stuck in the middle now.
No. He's on the far end in the kitchen, over on this side. You are over here. Ugrish has one leg that is slammed down into the wood, splintered and crushed. Black
Okay.
blood leaking everywhere. On the other side, you have Torek as you've just picked him up and put him on your back. Are you healing, Torek?
I'm going to. Yes, I'm going to kind of slide an herb into his mouth as he's leaned over my shoulder.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I rolled the wrong dice for healing. Got a 6 for healing, Toric.
Torek, you heal 6 points. You are awake and conscious. On the back, your shield and warhammer on the ground. As you are on the back of Alderic. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay. Who's up next? So, Torek, as you awaken, you hear from the front. The horns of Lorik Steelside. As you begin to hear the thudding clomp of the hooves of mountain goats. As you hear screams from the orcs as hammers and blades are connecting. Help has arrived. What would you like to do?
Rick, thank you for the herb. And I will be getting off your back now and getting my sword, my shield, and my hammer, and readying
so.
back up. Just for visual, roughly how far is Ugrish away from
12 feet.
About 12 feet? Okay. With looking at him in this position, is there any way I can kind of guess his condition that he's in as far as...
You know the immovable rod?
Pretty familiar with it.
You've seen it work on an elf before.
So what I would like
Porque
to do...
no los dos, you know?
What I would like to do is put my shield on my back, two-hand my hammer, and I want to go in for just a final blow on Ugrish's head to finish him off.
Give me that attack roll at advantage.
Since I dropped on the floor. $22.
22. That hits. Roll your damage.
Question for the DM. Whenever we were given our warden's gift, even though I was unconscious, do I get that?
Yes.
Okay.
So you can add a d4 to your damage.
I'd like to do that.
Go ahead.
With my D10, I rolled a 10, and then my D4, I rolled a 3, so 13.
13, only one off from full max damage. And enough for you as you take this hammer and swing like a baseball swing straight to the face of Ugrish. Bam! You all hear as the leg snaps and you see it still on the floor as the knee is completely torn as he falls back away from the immovable rod, legs still in the floor, completely amputating his right leg at the knee as he falls back. And as this happens, Torek, you hear from the front, "Cousin! Cousin, you must come! Hurry, quick!"
Let's go, everyone. Like, start moving towards my cousin.
Okay.
On our way, like, with him, can I grab the removable rod?
You run up and swoop it. Are you all running out front?
I'd like to use a bonus action as well if I can at this point.
Sure.
For second wind so I can heal up some more.
Perfect. Heal up.
12. So
12.
18 total.
Okay. Perfect. You heal up. As you run out and see your horses have been untied by some of the dwarves, you see one of the dwarves hands you the reins to your pony. He says, "Come on, my lord, we gotta get going," and hops onto his goat. Yeah, as you hear the as the hooves begin to move, as you see Lorik is above an orc with his hammer and smashes its skull in. He goes, "It's good to see you, cousin. Sorry, I'm out of breath. Come quickly, let us ride back to Bree, where there is safety in numbers."
Follow you, cousin.
Okay. So you all run out?
Aldrich, throw the bag.
I got it. As I have this bag of black powder, I throw it to the back where the other orc captain is, with the orc.
Okay.
The squad.
So
leader.
all of you are running out the front, and Aldrich, you're turning around and chucking the bag.
Yes.
I need you to give me an athletics check with advantage. Actually, I'm not going to say it advantage. Just roll it straight and you'll know why.
Okay. 15.
15. The DC was 12. As you turn and huck this bag towards the burning flame, just as it leaves your finger, you watch your finger point as you see Halfred puts his hands up. I need a dexterity saving throw from everybody. And the last thing you see, Aldrich, and I need you to give it to me, Aldrich, at disadvantage. As you see, as Halfred is putting his hands up like this, his body is ripped. As you see, Ugrish grabs him and holds him over himself. As you see, Halfred is reaching out for you. And the explosion eradicates this cabin. Everybody give me dexterity saving throws.
Natural 20 for Torg.
Natural 20. Okay.
Natural 20 for Muddy.
Natural 20 for Madi. This is good. 2 nat 20s will negate 2 failures.
I got a 7.
That failure is negated. Araglass, you were okay.
This
You're
was
welcome, bro.
dexterity, right?
Dexterity saving throw at disadvantage for Aldrich.
Oh, disadvantage.
Yes.
13.
13. That does not save. What did everybody else roll?
I got a 22.
22. You are safe. Torek, natural 20.
Nat 20.
And Araglass,
Yeah, I got the 7.
the 7. Right, and that was negated. And I said, 2 natural 20s negate 2 failures. Aldrich, as you kind of look up as this blast is coming, Jack jumps up, biting the back of your cloak, and rips you out of the way. Just as he does, a piece of shrapnel and metal from the pots shoots out the front of the house as you see one of the dwarves. And is eradicated completely.
That's good
Sorry, I like to
demon
get
right
into
there.
character.
You guys see that? It hit him so hard it knocked his
Dedication.
helmet off.
Yeah, you see his helmet goes fucking flying.
Oh my god.
But you see the cabin slams down upon itself. You hear no orc nor hobbit. And with that being said, we are out of combat.
Patrick, I can't believe you just killed Alfred.
I thought he was behind us.
I
All
forgot
right.
he was there.
I need you to give me a corruption saving throw.
Two.
Take another point of shadow.
Turning to the dark side.
As you look into the rubble, and you see multiple timbers have fallen, and you see a hobbit-sized hand reaching out. Halfred is dead. As you see, Lorik kind of stumbles up and goes, "That was a close one, cousin. Is everyone okay?"
Thanks for being here on time, cousin. Just in the nick of
Great.
time.
I had a bad feeling about where you said you were going to go, so I asked around, and we found you pretty quickly.
Let's count on you.
Let us make our way to Bree. Find safety there, then head to the Blue Mountains. It's time for you to come back to my home.
Blue
I
Mountains.
need to get you home. You are not fit for these things, cousin. You should be in the hall, watching the guard, and the pyres, and the forges, as your father. This is not a life for you, Torek Steelfist. You should be Torek, the Forge Lord. You know it as well as I do.
Audie whispers to herself. Got here almost too quickly.
Friends.
You are stubborn. But I am not your father. Come, let us go to Bree. Do you all head for Bree?
If we go back to Bree, we're just going backwards. But Torek, wherever you go, we go. We are in this together.
My journey is with you, Araglass, and Silvar. My hammer is yours. Remember? Fear not falling or death.
Kind of fall to my knees, realizing that although my conquest is over with, finding Ugrish, realizing that my dad was we killed my dad, and I'm almost weeping to you guys, like my head down and just in like utter disappointment and sadness. And I look up to Torek, almost like with like a tear running down my face. As well as my bow is yours.
Down to grab Silvar's forearm, then let us stand together. Steve, shed no tear. What are you doing? Again, I fear not falling, for I will take 100, 1,000 orcs with me. I do not fear death. I embrace it.
I say we slip away when they're least expecting. When your cousin's not around, because your cousin will try to stop us. Especially you.
He's family. He's simply watching out. It doesn't matter. You don't have to worry about me leaving your side, brother.
Let's make haste.
Silvar, why don't you go grab that sword? Maybe Torek can help us fix it.
I will.
You are going into the ruins of the cabin.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a perception check or an investigation check.
I'll give you a perception check. It's a 17.
17. You find the blade. But there is no body of Ugrish. As you see, the pillars that had fallen had moved. Ugrish is nowhere to be seen. You only see the body of the orc captain with one arm. And you can see footprints leading out into the woods. Ugrish lives. And that is where we are going to end the session.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Would it be 1 foot because he's hobbling?
Yes, yes, yes.
How is he
You see,
still
most
alive?
most of it actually is like a body crawling out,
Okay.
and then it looks like somebody helped him to his feet.
Damn.
Anakin's been here. What?
You mean his foot?
Yeah. Helped him to his foot.
God.
So with that being said, that is the session.
Torek
We
can
like
never
to
do
do
Silvar shit ever
the
again.
The 6 and
Perfect.
10.
That's exactly how it was. Okay,
Oh man.
perfect.
I have more notes, Chad. Don't worry, but I had to draw up the scenario.
So with that, do we want to do a quick rose and a thorn and recap how we were feeling about this episode? Who would like to start?
I'll go first. Might as well. I think my rose would probably be obviously the whole group, just kind of how we handled every scenario today. It was really good. It felt smooth. It felt natural. It felt like we were playing a game. It felt really good. My favorite part, would probably be us meeting Harold or Halfred. Sorry, Harold. Halfred, Cotton Bun. I thought that was really fun. It was goofy and quirky and stuff, and it was like really. It is really sad to what happened towards the end. You know, we fucking forgot about the little guy. You know, like it was.
And for the
Kind of
record,
sucked.
I didn't kill him.
I know, yeah. We. I'm gonna take that bag too. Aldrich threw a bag of fucking. The biggest bag of powder in there. Right towards the little guy, you know? Like, thanks for letting us stay here. You know, it was, salutations. No, it was. And then just knowing that Ugrish hopped away on one foot, man. Little, like, I thought we've done enough damage, but no. And then probably just seeing, and my favorite character would probably be Cheese, Silvar, when his just reaction, and we still don't know that that's his dad, and he killed his own dad, and so we don't even know that, but we see the just the reaction and how he played that and the emotion. Like, it was really cool to watch. I think my thorn would probably be, for myself included and the whole group, just, when it comes to our turns, we need to be a little bit quicker. There's still a lot of pausing, and it got to the point where I was even getting lost and like, what's going on? Everything's like going really slow, too many pausing. So we and myself including, we just need to speed it up a little bit. And I think just because we haven't done any play tests or anything, like, I felt like, oh my gosh, I'm a little lost about everything. So I feel like I want to, do a little more D&D stuff on the side, like, just to keep my mind fresh instead of doing it once every other week. So it's just more practice for me. And yeah, I think today was super fun. And that's my Rose and Thorn.
Okay. Would you like me to pick the next person to go? I would like to hear from Madi.
All right. I think my rose would be. It was cool to get a glimpse of Arwen. Just for a brief moment. I really enjoyed her character in the movies and the books and things. So that was like a little nugget of like, oh, that's so cool. I have her necklace, by the way, in real life. So that was kind of neat. So that was kind of like a fun thing that I liked a lot. A rose for me. My character, I really liked that that bit with Ugarish in the kitchen, kind of maneuvering around and kind of like dodging and trying to bob and weave with him. That's kind of cool. With another character, I liked listening to the story with Silvar and his, like, what's happening with his dad, his inner monologue of like thought process, and his reaction to I've got to still take him, I've got to do this for the team. So that was kind of cool. I liked that as for added to the story. My thorn, I think my thorn for today would be that I also would like to do some more D&D on the side instead of just 2 weeks. it does. There's it's a lot of like wait period in the middle. And I feel like that we should all, whenever we can, even if it's just two of us, just to spin off of each other and maybe role play or we play a little game or something that we can do just to kind of keep practicing and asking questions with each other. I think that'd be something that we can do. Other than that, it was a great session. I really hate that we have to wait 2 weeks in between. So I really I've been just so excited for the last 2 weeks, like, oh, is it here? Is it here? Is it here? So, yeah. That's me.
Now let's hear from Alderic.
I'll start with good stuff first. One rose that I have is running into Alfred after dealing with the wraiths. That would be my rose for, like, I guess, storyline. As a group, I'm glad that we are able to get together, even though Sylvar did go unconscious, but we were able to get away from that trouble with the wraiths. Because who knows what would have happened if we got stuck there. And then I want to say it like a rose for everyone, maybe but myself. Because, well, I think that all of you are remembering to take, the action surge or a bonus action and use it to your ability, right? Like, is it called Second Wind that Araglas and Torque used to heal themselves, which is really awesome because it's like, I can't heal everybody. I only have so much I can do during a turn. And I had contemplated using healing potions to heal Halfred when he got hit by that arrow the first time. But I also realized that I need to keep them, for my group, that it's a little selfish, but for you guys, Speaking of Alfred,
That inner struggle.
going to my thorn, I should have, instead of acting on impulse, like, okay, one more good thing. One rose for myself is thinking of taking a little bit of that powder and putting on the arrow and taking that chance of launching it at Ugrish. And my thorn with the powder is acting on impulse and not clarifying where Halfred went or where he was, right? Because we all as a group moved, but I ignored the fact that Halfred was behind us as we ran and either didn't ask, Trevor, our DM, where he was in relation to us, or even yell at Halfred to come on. And I think it could have ended a lot differently if I had acknowledged that and thought of clarifying. Maybe it would have hit Ugrish and wouldn't have gotten away. It kind of just branches off, right? One action can lead to, good or bad. It just, trickles out like different streams. But yeah, I'm conflicted.
Okay. Is that it for you?
Yeah.
beautiful. Hourglass.
I already went.
That's right. Sorry, Silvar.
Okay, I'm gonna start off with the bad, unlike the rest of you guys. For me personally, it's not even a thorn for all you guys. It's for me. I think like I agree with Arglass with what he said. Like, there's a lot of like dead time in between like what we're trying to do, and like when we're trying to like figure out what we want to do. And I noticed like with myself, the part that I really struggled with like today was when Trevor like threw at me that captain was my dad, and it like completely fucked what I was gonna do. Cause I was literally just gonna, I already had the attack and everything what I wanted to do, and it's stuff like that where it's like it could just switch everything. But again, like being able to like hurry up and be on our toes, to know what we're gonna do before like even getting to our turn, I think that'll help all of us. So Tyler, good job like saying that. Personally, for my own thorn, it would be making better decisions, not putting myself in stupid outcomes. Because as we've seen in the last 2 times in all the playtests beforehand, kind of like what Chris said, I kind of act on impulse, and it is part of my character to be like that. But at the same time, I could like kind of narrow it down in better situations, I guess, right? I think Rose for the whole group, including Trevor, was that everyone was like on point with knowing where we were at, knowing pretty much like our surroundings. There was a lot of times where we did like perception checks or investigation checks, which I'm pretty sure the first couple playtests we never did any of those things. So that like that's really good. I want to give a rose to Trevor for not taking easy on any of us, because it's like a good, even though this is our second stream, this was the first time that like both battles were just impossible, like impossible outcomes for us to like actually succeed, and we somehow managed to do it. So thank you, Trevor, for that. It was a good learning experience, honestly, to like know what we're gonna do and stuff. I would say my favorite character of the night today was probably Aldrich, just from all the things that you did. It's like one of my favorite parts was that like adding the little powder to the arrow and stuff and trying that. I think overall my favorite part, or the part that like really fucked me up, was finding out that was my dad. Because that was my whole like backstory, is like trying to find Ugrish, killing him, finding where my dad was, and being torn to like what I should do. But again, it was more like I knew the best thing for the group was to like end my dad's life, even though like it's my dad. He's been missing majority of my life. And so I think that was like my overall favorite part. Alfred is really sad, honestly. I'm not gonna lie, when Trevor threw that I was at my that he threw that captain was my dad, it like really fucked me up. Like, I'm serious. Like, it got to me. And then when I started to feel like a little bit better about like the outcome, realizing that Halford just died completely fucked me up. So then when I was like reacting to you guys, like telling you guys like I fell down to my knee, I literally like I held back tears that whole time, because I was like, it fucked me up from finding that, and then Halford dying. It was like, it was emotional. And seeing the way Torek like played it out and acted like role played with me, and you made it like way more emotional for me. And it was like I was like kind of choking up trying to think of what I wanted to do or what I wanted to say to you guys, and I couldn't even like say it because the way you like role played that, and it was like perfect, with like your reaction and your emotions and everything with it. So I think overall, like, this was a hard ass session for sure. But I'm happy we got through it, and we're developing more in our characters, which I like. I didn't think I was gonna be able to, just because I don't know how to do that. But you guys all make this easier, so it was for sure. Like, thank you guys, all you guys. Like, for really like making me better as like a character.
Torek Steelfist.
So first and foremost, Torek can never give Sylvar shit ever again about falling in battle. Because I got one shot. So, but I want to say though, as a rose for all of us, and I agree, so I guess it's kind of a rose and a thorn in one, but I agree with Sylvar and Araglass with, you know, just being more on top of what we want to do as a group. Also just being a little bit quicker with our interactions during downtime, like role playing and stuff. I think that's just going to come with getting together, practicing, having conversation, as whether that's our characters or we just randomly like roll some dice and are like, okay, here's my random character I'm going to role play for 30 minutes, and then, you know, whatever will work for us. But I think that will help us improve in that regard. So I know in the next 2 weeks, that's something I personally am going to get with Madi, since, you know, we live together, and practice that. And then anybody in this group that wants to practice that too, I would love to get together and practice that. But a big moment that like really stood out to me was Araglass, was Tyler, tonight in combat. So I remembered I had that immovable rod in my bag and went for that, and obviously, like, we know how that played out. Like, I got knocked, I rolled like shit and got knocked out, but Araglass caught on to what Torek was doing or going for and just fucking made it happen. So good job to you for catching onto that and rolling with that in that, because, you know, in the moment all of this is happening, Trevor, I think, said 6 seconds, like, all this is happening, if I remember correctly. So in that moment, you had that little bit of time and remembered to do that. And then shout out to Aldrich for saving my ass. You know, just remembering, oh, you know, I'm a healer, I can do this. So I would say for me, as far as scenario, that was probably my favorite scenario, was the combat sequence. Even though I didn't hit my rolls and stuff, it still worked out and was really, really badass. Like, it was an epic moment for Araglass to shine and Aldrich to shine. But my favorite moment for myself, I feel like, was that role play between Torek and Sylvar. Myself, and, you know, I'm still working on portraying like my emotions and stuff whenever I'm role playing, but I really felt that moment between the two of us. I felt a really heavy connection with Sylvar in that moment. You know, that nothing could tear this bond that I'm building with my party. Nothing can tear us apart.
Beautiful. Yes, Alder.
I just wanted to say, piggybacking off of your Torek or Dan, your compliment of healing you, I wouldn't have gotten the cue unless Madi or Kayla yelled at me, like, let's get out of here. So that changed my whole dynamic of what I was going to do. So I just wanted to acknowledge that.
We're in a burning house.
Yeah, and I think,
Get out!
and I guess this is a group thorn that is a lesson learned from Aldrich's experience with our little hobbit friend. We just need to make sure, all of us, not just you, calling you out. It's just happened that it happened with you in this situation. I think Sylvar said it. I don't remember exactly who said it, but yeah, we just need to make sure that we are specifying, like with NPCs and stuff, like, hey, we need to get out, you know, if they're possibly in danger where we could lose them. Because in terms of potential next session, we lost a lot of opportunity by losing him, as far as lore or backstory, or maybe he could have helped us with something. So that's not, you know, so that's a lesson I think learned for all of us in the party, not just you. So don't feel bad about that, because don't feel bad about it, because I'm guilty. I straight up forgot about the dude.
I forgot about him.
So that's me ratting on myself in that moment. Like, I genuinely forgot as well. So don't beat yourself up about it. It's a good lesson to be learned. And I did speak to Trevor earlier this week, and he straight up told us, I am going to kill you all on Saturday. He did say that.
Yeah.
So I want to also piggyback off of, I think it was Cheese. I'm if I'm missing somebody, correct me, but yeah, rose to the DM for not taking it easy on us. It's a good way to learn.
So,
I'm done
that
now.
being said, 10 episodes, you gotta have a lot of action, right? 2 combats in 1 episode, pretty rough. Not all episodes are gonna be like that. I gave you 2 really, really difficult encounters. You lived. Couple of thorns. I got a list. 1, healing will always bring somebody who is unconscious right to consciousness. Healing of any sort, whether it's a potion, whether it's your healing ability, but your guys' second wind does not apply to that. You know what I mean? I have ruled that you can do second wind as a reaction to getting hit. That is something that I adjusted with all of you. Yeah, go ahead.
Question about that. So in that scenario where Torque was hit, could I have reacted to that with a second wind? Okay.
Yes.
Now I know for next time.
Mm-hmm. That's something we homebrewed together that we enjoyed and we thought was good. It's almost like an OP power up to just stay in the fight for at least one more round. I will say talking over each other was another big thorn. Another thorn is just because stream episode 1 went really well doesn't mean you stop studying that character sheet. Because of, the things that happened tonight and people forgetting their to hits and stuff, you will not be leveling up this adventure. I want to make sure that you guys are ready for what I have in store for you. So next episode will be the one where you level up regardless, because you have to be comfortable with the things that you have at level 3 before I bring in the echelon of level 4, because the things you fought were level 3 today. So these are not impossible encounters. These are encounters that are suited with the narrative that makes sense. If you didn't seek out the orcs and ambush them, they were going to do it to you. They went, they retrieved the minions that they needed, and Ugrish wanted to see it done personally. So they came, they ambushed the cabin, and you guys were saved. Not just by Lorik, but by you guys as a group banding together and trying to figure it out. However, in the offset of all that happening, an innocent person died. It's heavy. I want you all to ponder about that and think about how that would affect your character going into the next episode. Also, if you want to do more playtests and little one-shots and stuff like that off stream, I'm more than happy to do it so you guys can get to, the understanding of how to play a little bit more, because I understand the 2-week break is a lot. That is something in my schedule that I'm perfectly able to scoot you guys into. So that is not a problem. It will only get better from here. But don't focus on any of the negatives. Focus on the fact that you were given a very hard task. One of the villains of this story showed himself, and you won. Though there was failure, you won. I would think that Ugrish lost that battle, along with one of his legs. So, don't be hard on yourself. You did good. I just want to make sure that you are ready, that when I give you more things to add to your character sheet at level 4, you are ready to take on that responsibility. This combat and the combat with the wraiths did not go exactly according to plan, and that's due to not understanding, actions that you can take, whether it's dodge or disengage. So studying up on that is perfectly reasonable to help get your IQ up when it comes to combat economy and action economy. Those are all things that I'm going to go over with you so you know exactly what you can and can't do going into next episode. So do not fret, my little Middle-earth minions, my little misfits. You are going to do absolutely great on episode 3, and you did absolutely fantastic on episode 2. My last thorn is I would just say, I understand it is difficult, especially living in a world such as Middle-earth. When I go, where do you want to go? It's like, well, where can we go? You know what I mean? Like, I want to make sure I get it right with canon. Just think about the places that you have heard in your adventure so far. Those are places that you can go, or a direction, northeast or southeast or southwest, northwest, west, all of the directions, right? It's just making a plan, sticking to it, and executing it, right? I think that's most people's problems when it comes to D&D is formulating a plan in roleplay and executing that plan with the game. But you live, you are now safe, and now we will see where you go from here. My rose for the session is a movable rod for the win. Absolutely critical, and just met the armor class. Just barely did it. Changes a bunch. Now I gotta make Ugrish have some sort of way of travel. Yes, Dan.
Just have a question for Sylvar. Did Torek redeem himself with the immovable rod?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, cool.
Beautiful. So, my rose for everybody going around, Aldrich, that awesome, redemption of throwing that bag in, and Jack kind of grabbing you by the back of the cloak and ripping you out of the way of the shrapnel. Unfortunately, one of the dwarves paid the ultimate price, so technically there's 2 bodies on your hands, but, we won't drag you down into the dredges about that. But these things happen when you're an adventuring party. People are lost. It's tragic. Go ahead.
I still have a positive heal ratio, though.
Hey, as
Kill to
long as
death
we're
ratio.
keeping that ratio, that kill to death ratio is looking pretty fine, though. I would say for Araglass, it's just operating within his skill set and just moving around the battlefield as much as possible, sliding under Ugrish's attack and grabbing that immovable rod and trying to get it in, failing, action surging, and just ripping it right into his leg. Crazy. Madi using that dexterity to just kind of swing around, stab in the back, stab in the front, doing whatever you can. Absolutely incredible. Sylvar. Heavy information to find out, episode 2. And yet, you went in and checked and there was no body, which means job's not done yet. Which means your father is still, in your mind, probably suffering. So, there's a lot that is going to have to come out of Sylvar in the next episode in the remainder of the campaign. Remember that failure is not the end. The story progresses. Enemies are moving. Allies are banding together to try and help you succeed. So, just know that as dark as the shadow is looming overhead, there's always light to be found. I would say Torek, getting smacked and stabbed through the chest by the big bad, and like you said, one-shotted. Oof. Not fun. So, I'm very excited for all of you and to see what is in store the next time we decide to roll dice. With that is all I have to say. Rest in peace to Halfred Cottonbun.
Goodbye, little hobbit.
Goodbye, little hobbit.
Cook a stew for him.
The silver rain curtain was pulled back and we saw white shores. Death is just the beginning. It is a road we all must take.
Almost like we need to hear Pippin's song from the DM after that tragic loss.
Home is behind, the world ahead, and there are many paths to tread through shadow.
I'm Red Berserker, this is Tilted Rolls, and we will see you guys in episode 3.
The stars are all aligned.